Welcome back to Weather Nation, taking you out to Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania, and it was a very stormy day so far. You can see all the trees just whipping around in some of the strong thunderstorms that we saw throughout the day, and we're still tracking additional severe thunderstorms. We have a watch that's in effect until 9 p.m. tonight. We're going to be tracking the storms all across the country, in fact.
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm watch is up. A few severe thunderstorm warnings, too, so we are getting a little bit of severe weather. This is kind of reminiscent of yesterday. Had another cold front come through, did the same sort of thing. Here's round number 2 with cold front number 2. So let's check it out. It's not hard to pick out where the cold front is coming on through. It's from way up high towards Montreal, kind of swoops on down into the Hudson Valley, then swings back out across Pennsylvania, and there is a lot of action kind of lining up right along that front. The vast majority of it is just some downpours, some clouded ground lightning, some gusty winds. We've got that going on way up high, coming through Malone, approaching Plattsburgh and Interstate 87, also known as the New York State Thruway. Harrietstown getting some pretty good rainfall. Eventually, again, all of this goes through Johnsburg, Warrensburg, Ticonderoga, in through Saratoga Springs, just picking up some light rain now. Schenectady, Cobleskill there had a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. That was allowed to be discontinued, but another severe thunderstorm warning is just off to the south and the east there. From, let's say, Conesville, Windham, in through Greenville. This is rolling off to the east there at about 35 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm warning is up through 6 o'clock Eastern time for winds 60 miles an hour and potentially some quarter-sized hail with that storm too. And then further off to the south here, upstate New York, another severe thunderstorm warning. Got some lightning there. Take the lightning off so I can read that town. That's over Fallsburg and Woodbridge down through Phillipsport and Spring Glen. Another severe thunderstorm warning. That one is up through 6:15. That's Eastern time. 60-mile-per-hour winds and no hail within that one right there. And then off to the south here, we have more rain coming in through Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, State College, Altoona, and then another severe thunderstorm warning well off to the south of Pittsburgh. This one's actually approaching the border there of the state. That is right over Smithfield, in through Cornish and Spring Hill, and dropping off to the south and the east, eventually coming in through kind of that West Virginia area, just off to the northeast of Morgantown. So that warning is up through 6:30. We have some quarter-sized hail within that one, and winds 60-mile-an-hour gusts. Then we get a little dry time for the rest of West Virginia, in through Virginia, and then the showers pick up again out across North Carolina. Greensboro, a sprinkle there, a couple of heavier showers, and a thunderstorm or two west of that, kind of rolling across Interstate 40 down through Mocksville. That is not severe. Charlotte, light rain. Rock Hill, heavier rain. Lighter stuff between Clinton, right over Presbyterian College, up the road towards Greenville. That's 385 right there, over towards Anderson on 85, and then you start going in through central and northern Georgia, and we have more showers and storms. Atlanta, eastward across I-20, down towards Peachtree City, over the airport, and then back in through Alabama. These are more just pop-up showers and storms right now. Little rain west of Birmingham, down towards Montgomery, Meridian, Jackson, Mississippi, over and through Louisiana, and then we have some rainfall coming in out across Texas, just south and west of Dallas there around Claiborne. North and south, we have a little bit of light rain. West of that, some heavier stuff, and then down to the south between Bryan, Texas, and Victoria, a line of showers and storms. None of that is turning severe. To Florida we go. We've had our fair share of rainfall there too. This is Ponce Inlet, Florida. Beautiful right there, but look at those storm clouds. Got to watch out for lightning. Florida, of course, being the lightning capital of America.
Yeah, it's one of those days where you have to be extra cautious. So folks out there on the beach, if there's lightning, you never want to be in the water out there. And there's an awful lot of it across the state of Florida. We've put on the lightning here over the last 3 hours. These thunderstorms are still very energetic as we have hot temperatures, instability. The severe thunderstorm outlook, we're not necessarily looking at that, although we could see some stronger wind gusts and some heavier rainfall to move through these areas. We have seen some wind reports coming in into the blue dots that you see on your screen here. Those are some of those wind gusts that got up to the severe criteria. And then over the last 24 hours, we had some flooding reports near Jacksonville, where in fact there were flash flood warnings this time yesterday. So those are likely those flood reports. Wind reports from today, while we've seen some in Plantation, 73-mile-an-hour winds, even Sunrise, Florida, Perry, 50, 52, 55, just below that severe criteria. Juno Beach coming in at 46-mile-an-hour winds. We have seen a little bit of hail Buttles, Florida, saw that inch in diameter hail from Sunday. Now, it's harder to get hail in this environment, but we do have a lot of flooding. In terms of the risk through the rest of the night tonight, it extends along the East Coast and the West Coast, Tampa, Fort Myers included, and then right down from Miami, Hollywood Beach, right in towards the Keys. We upgrade that risk to a slight risk for some excessive rainfall. And that excessive rainfall outlook is going to continue right through Tuesday afternoon. As you can see, the forecast ahead, thunderstorms continue to make their way through. Even into the overnight hours, we cool down the thunderstorm activity, and then we ramp it right back up into Tuesday afternoon. A lot of these pop-up showers and thunderstorms could produce a lot of heavy rain in some of these spots. So that brings us to some of the rainfall forecasts here. A couple of these isolated thunderstorms could easily put down 2-3 inches of rainfall, so watch for some flooded roadways. We do want to talk about the other top weather headline, which brings us to fire concern across the Southwest.
Yeah, it's hot, it's dry there. Cedar City, Utah, they are looking at upper 90s, lower 100s pretty much all week long. And look at the dry patches there in the grass. So yeah, that's just going to continue to get worse. And again, we got to watch out for the heat and all the dryness because fire weather danger is up all over the place. Goes up through Nevada, out across Utah to Salt Lake City, Richfield, down across Cedar City, which is very close to St. George, Utah, and then in through eastern California as well. The fire weather danger elevated and critical here in some of the same areas. So this is no big shock here. Now we're in the dry season. Rain is hard to come by. Didn't have a really great winter as far as kind of building up that moisture here. So unfortunately, we're expecting a bad wildfire season. These are the number of active large wildfires out across the Southwest. You can actually see 5 there in New Mexico, 4 out across Utah, and 7 active fires in Arizona. We'll talk more about that in our West Regional forecast next.
With your 25 News Now Fastcast, I'm Carolina Estrain. Authorities say a suspect shot at an officer during a pursuit in El Campo yesterday evening. At approximately 7 p.m., El Campo police officers responded to a disturbance call in the 500th block of Tegner. When they arrived on the scene, the suspect fled the scene in a car. El Campo police officers gave pursuit. That's when a suspect opened fire. Authorities did not return fire, and the suspect later crashed, and 1 adult male and a juvenile male were taken into custody. There were no reported injuries. On Saturday, Refugio County Sheriff's Office seized almost 10 pounds of cocaine after an investigation at a local motel. The cocaine was destined for Atlanta, Georgia. 5 people were arrested and charged with manufacturing and delivery of a controlled substance and engaging in an organized criminal activity. 1 person was arrested and was also wanted for a full extradition warrant from Georgia for 2 counts of aggravated molestation of a child. With your 25 News Now Fastcast, I'm Carolina Estrain.
Well, how cute is this? Germantown Hills, Illinois. We're looking at Puppy taking a little bit of a swim out in the pool in the backyard there. You got to, because it's been just so hot across the upper Midwest, all the way towards the north central region, which we're going to be talking about even more of those 90-degree temperatures. And we haven't officially started summer yet, but let's talk about the forecast here. Some of these hot temperatures helping with thunderstorm development. We have a couple areas that could see some very isolated storms through the rest of the evening hours and possibly overnight tonight. Then the heat is going to be ramping back up as we get into your midweek outlook. Let's start with the severe weather potential, mostly through extreme western South Dakota down through Nebraska. Just like yesterday, we had a couple thunderstorms pop late into the evening hours, and through the nighttime hours, they started to fizzle out. That could be the same story as we get into the rest of this evening. You can see our forecast models keep it very isolated in nature, but really it just takes one of those thunderstorms to bring in some hail, to bring in some of those damaging wind gusts, and we'll be watching out for that. Now we're getting into the early morning hours of Tuesday, a couple thunderstorms kind of fizzling out before they head into the Dakotas into early Tuesday morning. As we look at that forecast through Tuesday afternoon, not a lot of activity. In fact, most of us dealing with mostly sunny skies in the afternoon, and then a couple pop-up thunderstorms possible late into the evening, again across Nebraska for Wednesday. Low temperatures tonight, we're expecting 60s across the plains, actually quite warm for this time of year. 70 degrees is your overnight low over Miles City. Through the upper Midwest, 54 is what we'll drop down to across Duluth, La Crosse, Madison, 59 degrees. And then the next couple of days, we're keeping those hot temperatures. Tuesday afternoon for Rapid City up to 97, and then we drop to the upper 80s. Still quite warm here. Kearney, Nebraska gets up to the triple digits. And notice how we're mostly looking at mostly sunny skies for the next 3 days. Pierce, South Dakota, once we get through that isolated potential for a thunderstorm today, we're looking pretty quiet in the 90s, and we get down to the 80s by Friday. Overnight lows drop to 50s as we get into that extended outlook. Up through the Great Lakes, we had a couple isolated thunderstorms throughout the day. By tonight, that chance for storms should really drop up drastically. And then we see a couple systems, high pressure centers moving through, keeping the forecast hot. Overnight lows tonight, we drop down to 50 across Marquette, Green Bay, 56, Grand Rapids down to 57. And then the next several days, we have comfortable temperatures. Traverse City in the 70s, feeling quite nice. We're up to the 80s by Thursday. Chicago 70s, we're up to near 90 by Thursday. So the warmth is going to be making its way in towards the Great Lakes. It'll just take until mid to the end of the week. Grand Rapids, Michigan, there's your warm up into the middle 80s by Thursday, and then we're down into the 70s, pretty average in terms of those high temperatures. The southern plains, an isolated chance to see a scattered storm through tonight, mostly across western Nebraska, where that is that severe weather potential, and then same story about this time tomorrow. As we look at those overnight lows in the upper 60s across Kansas, Missouri, and high temperatures, here's where the heat will be, 90s and triple-digit temperatures across Kansas over the next couple of days. We want to get you down to the south central region, El Paso, Texas, one of the spots you just know it's hot.
Okay, it looks hot down there too. Nobody's eating outside there today. Got to stay inside where the AC is and kind of beat the heat that way. We're going to have heat dangers for Texas and Louisiana. We'll show you that here in a second. A few isolated showers and storms, but not a ton of rain. And we're certainly watching the tropics very, very closely. The western Gulf of Mexico, there could be something brewing. So we'll talk about that here in a second here. Now the heat alerts are up mainly across New Mexico, but there's also going to be some heat here between Dallas, Waco, Rockdale, eastward and across Shreveport and Bossier City, just north of Alexandria, 105 to 110. That's what it's going to feel like. It's going to be super hot across the entire region, but when you start getting those heat index values 105 to 110, that lights up the heat advisories. Now we're watching the southern and southwestern Gulf of Mexico, kind of in between Mexico proper and also the Yucatan. It's a lot of disorganization right there. However, over the next few days, there's a pretty good chance we're going to see something develop as this lifts to the north here really slowly. It could mean a lot of rain for Texas, maybe for Louisiana, but probably by the end of the week, Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday, there'll be either a tropical depression or potentially a weak tropical storm. It's not set in stone, but there's a very high chance that that's going to happen. So definitely stay tuned here. We'll be keeping you posted just hour by hour, day by day at Weather Nation. Severe weather threats, not many here, just off to the southwest of San Angelo. A couple of those thunderstorms could go severe with high winds. And then by tomorrow, New Orleans eastward out along the Gulf Coast, but much of the south central region should be pretty quiet. Severe weather-wise on Wednesday at this moment, there are no outlooks up, which is, again, good news. 7 o'clock tonight, there were a few of those showers and storms southwest of San Angelo, kind of dropping down to the south and the west. The rest of the region is actually dry. We get like a little bubbling up there. Houston down towards New Orleans Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night. That's just a lot of heat, humidity, the moisture coming off the Gulf of Mexico. Quiet by Wednesday morning, and then if you notice a little bit more action, mainly down towards southern southeastern Texas, down along the Gulf Coast of Louisiana. And again on Wednesday, that should not be severe, just your typical pulse afternoon, early evening shower and storm action. So that's where the rain's going to line up. New Orleans, Beaumont, Port Arthur, Houston, maybe a few more showers, San Angelo, down to the southwest. That will be later on tonight. Going to be super dry here out across Oklahoma, Dallas northward, Fort Smith, Little Rock, Arklatex region. This is Tuesday, and there is nothing coming on through. Wednesday, same thing. Couple of clouds, but otherwise a lot of sun and a lot of heat. 70 tonight, Oklahoma City, Fort Smith, 71 Little Rock, 70 Texarkana. Tomorrow, the heat is on. It's blazing hot again, mid to upper 90s. Heat index values close to 100. Dallas for you, no rain coming through, just mid to upper 90s today, tomorrow, all the way through the weekend. Best chance of rain is going to be right in here each afternoon, each early evening. Houston, Lake Charles, in through New Orleans. There go those showers again. Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, they're gone. by Wednesday morning. They'll reemerge by Wednesday afternoon in through Wednesday night. Lows tonight pretty much mid-70s. High temps tomorrow back in those muggy, sticky middle 90s. Hey, we love having you here, Weather Nation. You can watch us on Fire TV, Roku, and Pluto TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Tanya Chalikian with 25 Sports Now. It was all Generals in Saturday night's game against the Sod Squad. The Generals earned the victory despite allowing Amarillo Sod Squad to score 3 runs in the first inning. The Generals pulled away for good with 8 runs in the 3rd inning. In the 3rd, Steven Rivas hit a solo homer and an error scored 1 run for the Generals. Ethan Bedgood homered on a 1-1 count, scoring 3 runs. Benjamin doubled on the first pitch of the at-bat, scoring 1 run. Tyler Wolfert singled on a 1-0 count to score a run, and Rivas doubled on the first pitch of the at-bat, scoring a run. Josh Salinas took the win for the Victoria Generals. Salinas lasted 2 innings, allowing 1 hit and 0 runs while striking out 2 and walking 0. The Generals launched 4 home runs on the day. Bedgood had a long ball in the 3rd. Benjamin went yard in the 6th, and Rivas had homers in the 3rd and 5th innings. The Generals opened up another 2-game series with the Sod Squad on Tuesday night and have the Baton Rouge Rougarou coming back to town on for a 2-game series starting Friday night. The Shiner Comanches made it to the state finals in baseball but dropped a 14-1 decision to eventual state champion New Deal in the semifinals. A Comanche was named to the UIL Class 2A All-State Tournament team. Shiner's senior catcher Cash Shows was named to the UIL Class 2A All-State Tournament team. The team was selected by the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association. Congratulations to Cash Shows. With 25 Sports Now, I'm Tanya Chalikian.
This is Kate.
Hey.
She takes 2 prescriptions. Kate's son Jack takes 1 too. Kate works hard and thought she had good insurance, but she still pays too much. That's no good. So Kate downloaded the GoodRx app. Now she can compare prescription prices to find the best discounts. She even beats her insurance price. Good for you, Kate. Good for you. GoodRx. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today.
This woman launched a superfood company. Her name is Crystal de Groot and she struggled with eczema, an autoimmune disease which she healed by changing her diet. They created these powerful superfood and plant protein mixes that are super easy to use. They contain only the highest quality organic ingredients, no stevia, no sweeteners, no GMOs, no additives, nothing else added. Get your super mixes on yoursuper.com right now.
At U-Haul, we know a move can be exciting.
I got it.
Perhaps you landed that big promotion. Maybe it's time to live closer to family.
You guys can come over whenever you want.
Or you got that bigger place.
Are you excited to have your own room? Yeah!
But finding help with your move, that's not so much fun.
Hey guys, can you all help us move?
I'm busy that weekend. Sorry, man.
I didn't tell you what weekend.
That's why we created MovingHelp.com.
Look at this.
MovingHelp.com is an online marketplace for booking reliable and affordable muscle for your move. With dozens of pros to choose from, it's easy to find the help you need to get the job done.
Thank you.
Whether you're moving across town, headed across the country, or just need a little muscle, you can be confident in our upfront guaranteed pricing. Safe, convenient, reliable.
We made it.
Moving Help, powered by U-Haul. Your move made easier.